Hello, I am Mr. Keel, and this is programming class. In this class, it is a self-paced class where we work on projects throughout the year. So basically, exercises lead up to projects. We also have quizzes at the end of each unit. We use Carnegie Mellon's CS1 curriculum, which focuses on using Python in order to solve mostly graphic problems, creating graphics and animation and all kinds of other cool things like that. Grading will be in SIS. I grade exercises and quizzes as classwork, and that's 30% of the grade, and 70% of the grade, or 40% of the grade, is classwork. And 60% of the grade is projects. Projects come at the end of every other unit. So we have a project unit 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and a final project. Grading in here is completely different than a lot of other classes because everything builds on itself. So I do accept grading, or I accept projects late, past due, for full credit. And the reason for that is when you see the due dates, especially for projects, that's the due date for the first draft. And after they submit their first draft, I give them feedback and grade the rubric. Then they go back, and the expectation is on every project that you take that feedback and make corrections to your project in order to improve it and make it better and hopefully get 100. All of our curriculum is in Schoology. What you'll find is if you fall behind in class, that each student will have access to a folder with exercise videos so they can see potential solution to each exercise and get caught up, and also learn a little bit more in depth how to do many of the concepts that we learn in this class. Cell phones this year are not to be used in class unless directed by a teacher. Cell phones have become a larger distraction over the few years, and as apps have become more addictive. So the expectation for the first time this year is that we roll into class with nobody being able to use your cell phones at all. And after a few weeks, probably about 4 weeks, we're going to take a look at how that is working, and we'll probably relax it to no cell phone use if you have any work not submitted. So if all your work is submitted and up to date, then we'll relax on the cell phones. But for the first part of the year, we're not going to have any cell phone use in class. So quizzes will be available retake. We have 11 quizzes in class, and we have 4 retake dates. So on a quiz retake day, you can take any quizzes that we've had throughout the year and select which quiz you want to retake. Most students find that they can retake 2 or 3 quizzes in one retake period. But quizzes are only made up on quiz makeup days. Projects can be resubmitted past the due date. They can be resubmitted after they're graded, and it's strongly encouraged that you do so. Also, exercises can be submitted late for full credit so that you're learning again, if you fall behind, you're going to have to catch up. You can't really skip a unit and move on to the next one to be successful. You'll find Schoology. In Schoology, you'll find a Start Here folder that's in red up at the very top. It's going to have very important information on how to get started with class, syllabus, and things of that nature. The green folder is the unit that we're in, but in our class, it goes unit by unit in order. And then the other folders are yellow and aren't being currently used. So one thing to understand is in this class, it's really important that you get the application, the parent application permission. You'll find a link to that in your red folder. And it's also important that you review the information and get logged in. If you have any questions on why your student might be falling behind or what's going on in class, one of the first things I would encourage you to do is go to that red folder, but also have them log into the Carnegie Mellon curriculum and kind of show you where they're at and what they're doing and what they're stuck on. And that'll give you a feel for how far behind they really are, because you'll have access to that at any time, as well as if they fall behind, the exercise solution videos that they can use actually to complete the exercises. So if you take a look at that and kind of over their shoulder and see what they're doing, you might be able to help motivate them to get caught up. Lastly, what you're going to need to do is it's kind of really important. We use PCs in here. We have a computer lab with dual screen monitors, and as your student falls behind, they're going to want to use the exercise videos to get caught up. So it's a common thing too for people to, for whatever reason, need to get caught up. In that case, I would ask that you buy your student a pair of wired plug-in headphones or earbuds that they can leave in their bag and use for programming class. All right, I'm really excited. Thank you very much for selecting programming or helping your child select programming. If you have any questions, you can contact me anytime. And I guess the biggest thing to encourage your student in this class is the number one indicator for success is time on task. So the more time they spend practicing programming, the better they're going to get at it. Hope to see you. Bye.